Hello everybody, it's me again. I'm back before the evening comes to a start, and another thought for the day. It's been rattling around in my head, and I'm thinking, so often we talk about Tampo, and I suppose in some ways it does maybe come across as a negative. I think we all know that it can be a negative, but we came here to the Philippines to retire, and hopefully we found a good woman to enjoy that period of retirement together with. So really this comment really is about living with Tampo. If as a foreigner you come here and you find that Tampo, as annoying as it is, frustrating as it is, isn't for you, then maybe you do have to think about coming to the Philippines again, because you're never going to remove it. So it's a bit like if you've got freckles, you can complain about them, you can put powder on to cover it and makeup if you don't like it, but the reality is it's still going to be there underneath. And Tampo is just part of the makeup of a Filipina, mainly in the women. I've never really noticed it in men, but it's in women. But we just have to embrace it, I suppose would be the word, and accept that that's part of it. I can hear some of you saying, oh, I'd never put up, oh, you're talking a load of BS and I'd never put up with that. Well, then clearly, guys, you're not going to really find Miss Perfect here, because hidden in amongst all of those beautiful personalities that they may well have, you'll find that buried somewhere in between is a Tampo. And Tampo can show itself in anger, it can show itself frustratingly, it may well just be simply, look, Baba, I can't listen to it anymore. I can't take this any longer. Please, I need silence. But that's just because they can't deal with pressure. They find it very hard to confront an issue, as minor as it might be. For them, it's very major, because often it's seen as maybe someday are failing in themselves, and they don't want to address it. And you just have to learn. I was often told myself that I need to give people space. If they get rattled easily, just ignore it. It's like a kid with a temper tantrum, and that's what you have to do. You can smack the kid as you used to do in the old days and tell him, Johnny, you do that again, you'll go to your bedroom. But here you can't do it, and you certainly can't do it with your adult partner. So you have to get used to living with it, as it's like black and white. There's many shades, but black and white is still there to make the shades. And if you love your girl, or you love your wife, you will get to know that the limit of how far you can push your point of view upon them. No matter how you coerce it, it doesn't always follow that she's going to understand, and she's not necessarily interested in what you have to say, because they're brought up in a way to turn a blind eye to so many things, that as a result they're just reluctant to face reality sometimes. You can tell somebody till they are black and blue, but if they don't want to listen, they're not going to. So you just have to get used to it. Just thank your lucky stars that she's really into you and she's with you and she enjoys spending our money. It's not her money, it's not yours. It's our money because we're in a relationship. And this idea that's often canvassed by so many is that I would check out the legality of my assets and liabilities and blah blah blah. And the reality is that that's how you see relationships, whether it's here or in the overseas. You're coming to the Philippines with the wrong attitude. If you have to drive on the right hand side or the left hand side, that's the law. And likewise, if you build a home here, the law is that you don't own it. There are different ways that you can have some legal tie to it. But at the end of the day, foreigners cannot own property. You can own a car, you can own a boat, you can even own a condo. And probably that's a good idea if you want to throw your money away. Because condos, even though they're easy to get into, to buy, they're very hard to sell on as a second-hand one. And the second-hand market here in the Philippines is not that easy to find a buyer. And so you have to live with condos, live with Tampo. It's just part of living. It's like breathing. And if you can't do that, well, then I suggest you find another country where the people don't have that as a trait. You know what I mean, in their character. So, you have a nice day. I'm getting ready for the evening. I wonder what I'll receive this evening. Maybe I'll talk to you later. Bye now.